Hey y'all, it's your girl Chastity J, and I'm back with another word from God. All right, y'all. So last night, I was looking for something to watch on TV, and the movie Like Mike came up, and so I was like, oh, let me watch this. It's been so many years since I've watched Like Mike. And as y'all know, that's the movie with Bow Wow, Morris Chestnut, and some other actors in it. But those are like the main characters. So when I was watching this movie, which I was really like pushed to watch it, and I was like, okay, let me just watch it. I mean, I remember it. I used to love the movie. And God purposely wanted me to watch this movie, y'all, to give me some peace. And so this message is for those that are in their marriage season. Please, please, please take this word back to God before I even start. Take this word back to God and get confirmation that this is a word for you specifically. Everybody's at different points and in different seasons of their lives right now. So I just want to make it very clear. If you know you're not in your marriage season, definitely stay watching, tuned in. But just always take it back to God and apply it as necessary. But for those that are in their marriage season, like Esther's, ladies, men, whomever, God gave me so much peace watching this movie, and he purposely wanted me to watch Like Mike. When watching this movie, he reminded me not to settle when it comes to your kingdom spouse. Do not settle. Because in this hour, I don't know if it's just me. I know it's not just me, but other people as well. Many counterfeits are going to be coming your way. Like the enemy is going to be sending probably some old people from your past. Like, I ain't going to lie to y'all. My ex hit me up a couple days ago and was like, he was wondering, could he give me a call? And I was like, what do you need to talk about? And I haven't went into like my story on my channel yet because God haven't told me to go into it. But that was my ex of 10 years. So him and many other people that I used to date have been hitting me up recently. And I personally feel like I'll pray over it before I even respond and ask God, like, is it something I should entertain? Even those that I do maybe respond to them, I will pray like I do daily. God, please close the door if it does not need to be open, because I personally cannot afford to go back through all of the trauma, the heartache, the hell that I went through emotionally or spiritually. So I consistently pray and say, God, please close the door if it does not need to be open. If it does need to be open, please open it. Allow me to embrace it with open arms and allow me to seek you for direction and instruction in this season. Y'all should pray that daily, especially when your old people start hitting you up and DMing you, and even new people you may meet. Please pray that, because God will slam that door quick if it needs to be closed. Because y'all, I prayed that for somebody I started engaging with, and I want to say the next day, ghost. Day after that, ghost. Just ghost, period. And I'm sure it was very necessary. But do not settle. In this hour, the enemy is going to be sending some counterfeits. That may be people from your past. And as always, take it back to God. Get confirmation whether you need to entertain that person or not. People do change. I'm a true believer that people change. So do not just say, oh, you're just like how you used to be in the past. You may need to give them a chance, but you need to confirm with God whether you need to give them a chance. Not just because you miss them. Confirm with God, because if not, that's going to be self-sabotaging. You're going to put yourself in the same situation you were in previously. But God wants to remind y'all to not settle. Do not settle. In the movie Like Mike, if y'all remember, Calvin, which is Bow Wow, was going to be adopted by this one family. Their last name was the Boys. So the Boys were rich. It's like they were like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like that family. They're rich, very poised, polished, wealthy, everyone looks good, like just the ideal family that you would accept or want to be a part of. And Calvin, you could tell he just really wasn't with it. It was like something about them. He don't really fit in. He like, this ain't really the one for me. And instead of Calvin allowing, because they said that they were going to adopt him after his last game. They were supposed to make adoption official. Calvin did not want to be adopted by them. He did not. He knew that that was not the family for them, and he had already met the person that he wanted to adopt him, which was I think he called him T-Bone, Morris Chestnut. I can't remember his name in the movie. And he wanted, like, Morris was going to tell him, but then once he saw the boys and Calvin told him, hey, they're going to adopt me, he kind of backpedaled and didn't say anything. But God just wants y'all to remember, in this hour, do not settle. Like, Calvin did not settle. He could have got adopted by them and had a family, had a mother and a father and siblings as well. But Calvin knew deep down inside that is not where he needed to be ultimately. That is not where he would be happy. In this hour, there's going to be people coming your way that may look good. They may be wealthy. They may be fine. Jesus. Trust me, because they've been coming. I'm like, oh, Lord, but I know you ain't for me. They may be fine. They may got lots of money. They may be polished. They may be wealthy. You know, they may look like this ideal person that you should be with or could be with. But they may not be the person for you specifically, y'all. And it may be nice because you want to be married. You're ready. You're tired of being alone. You're ready to, you know that you're in your marriage season and you're ready to come into union with your God-ordained spouse. But just be patient, y'all. Be patient and surrender to God and trust his promises. You need to take everyone, especially in this hour, it is so critical. Take everyone back to God and get confirmation, because that person that I'm talking about may be your kingdom spouse, but only God will know, and God will give you confirmation. Do not just act on your impulse, your emotions, and just because you're tired of being alone, you're ready to receive your husband or your wife. Please, please, please. Take it back to God, because God is delivering promises in this hour. He is delivering kingdom spouses in this hour when we least expect it. So in case y'all don't remember from the movie, Calvin declined the boys, and I don't know what the time frame was, whether it was a couple days or something. He went back to being a regular kid versus being an NBA professional basketball player. And Morris Chestnut ended up coming to the orphanage and letting him know that he wanted to adopt him. He wanted to adopt him, and he was like, I got my house. I did my healing. I did my inner work. He reconnected with his father, created a better relationship, got his business, his money together, all that good stuff. He did his inner work, he said, but the only thing that was missing was a child. He was Calvin. So that's the same thing like our kingdom spouses, men and women. They've been doing their inner work. They've been healing from their past. They've been focusing on their finances, focusing on their fitness goals or their physical health and mental health, emotional health, financial health, spiritual health. They've been doing everything that they need to do in a season of preparation. God has been pruning them this whole time to prepare them to bring them into union with us, with their God-ordained spouse. And everything, their money might look good. They may have a better relationship with God. Business may be going well and all that kind of stuff. But the only thing is missing is their kingdom spouse. So you have to be mindful in this hour. Like, God has it ordained already, because God did not create men to be alone. Eve was made from Adam because God said that Adam needed a helpmate. And that is going to be you or your spouse, whomever. So God just wanted me to remind y'all, be mindful that counterfeits may be coming your way. You need to take everybody back to God and pray and see what it is that God wants you to do. Do not act on impulse. Do not act out of on your emotions or out of emotion. Be mindful. You have to take everyone back to God, because your spouse, he has created someone for you. And they've been doing their work. They've been in their preparation season just like you've been. I know I've been in my preparation season, so I know that God has been preparing my husband for me and, growing him, molding him, and shaping him into that husband, that father, that prophet, that king, that leader. Everything that I desire him to be, that's in line with what God's plan is for me. But y'all just make sure you take that back to God, because as in the movie, Calvin could have allowed the boys to adopt him and had a family, had a mother and a father, versus he knew that was not home, he would not be settled in his presence, that is not what God, or the family that God ordained for him, versus it was his teammate ultimately, which was Morris Chestnut. So versus if he would have settled, he would have been with that family, probably being unhappy, uncomfortable. Because you could tell when he went to dinner with them, he wasn't really comfortable, and he was like an outsider. Like he didn't fit in. He did not fit the puzzle piece that they were missing. Versus at the end, Morris Chestnut ended up adopting him and his best friend, and you could just see how just they fit and how they were just a beautiful family, the three of them, and whoever else Morris may bring along into that family. But God just wanted y'all to know he's delivering promises and kingdom spouses in this hour when we least expect it, because Calvin had been so concerned and worried about who he was going to be adopted by, and trying to find a parent. Is like, I'm still not adopted, all that kind of stuff. And he wanted Morris to adopt him and all that good stuff. Instead of him stressing about it, he just surrendered it. He surrendered it and left it alone. Y'all need to surrender your kingdom spouse and the idea to who, what, when, where, how to God. I have done it. I have so much peace, because it gets stressful trying to think of everybody that you encounter is supposed to be your husband or your wife, or wherever you go, you're looking around, you're like, oh, and is this probably gonna be the moment I'm gonna meet them? No, like, stop stressing yourself out and just surrender it and trust God. Make sure when you are out, you always look good. Whatever look good means to you, make sure you are together. You got to stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. So if you do be out in public or at the grocery store, and that's when God introduces your husband or your wife to you, you are already ready. Versus you over here, okay, let me make sure I'm doing the most, trying to make sure when you go out, you ready because you think this is going to be the moment. And then you get disappointed when it's not the moment. Like, we be the ones making ourselves disappointed, because we have these expectations and have these timelines and things in our mind versus what God actually has planned for us. So just surrender all of that to God. The who, what, when, where, how, all of that. Surrender it to God and truly allow him to take control and lead you to your spouse, lead your spouse to you, y'all. God is delivering our kingdom spouses in this hour. Show gratitude for the preparation and pruning season that you are in. I am so grateful. Every day I learn something new. I learn something that I'm sure will be beneficial, and that I can apply to my marriage, apply to my courtship, apply to my relationship with my kingdom spouse. So just make sure you are grateful and you're showing gratitude and you are praying daily. What else is it, God? Please reveal to me what areas I need to strengthen or work on to become that Proverbs 31 wife, or to become that husband to be equally yoked or compatible, or, become that husband that I need to be to that Proverbs 31 wife. You need to be praying in this hour. If you're not sure, God, pray. God will reveal it to you. He revealed different stuff to me all the time. I'm like, okay, all right, that probably is important. Yeah, you got to be Jesus. You right. That is important. I do need to know how to do this XYZ. God tells you, he told you, and he told me in this season, just trust him and thank God for the experience. Like, thank God for the experience and the prophecies. Like, he's been telling me to just be grateful, just relax, just chill, just buckle up. And y'all, I hope you are using your spiritual ears to catch this word and hear it, and just be grateful and show God so much gratitude. Be patient with him. Be patient with him and be obedient. Whatever it is that he's telling you, you still need to do or work on in this hour. Do whatever it is. It may be the simplest thing that he is telling you. Every night you need to wash them dishes and you just refuse to do it. That may be the thing that is holding you back from God introducing you to your husband or your wife. Because he's like, when you get in that marriage, you need to be a helpmate. Whether you are a husband or a wife, you need to be a helpmate. You need to be able to help and clean up around the house. Don't just depend on one person to clean up. Both of y'all, you need to be a helpmate. Y'all need to be a team. So it may be the simplest thing that God has been pushing you every day to do that you refuse to do it. Going to the gym. He may be pushing you to go to the gym because your husband or your wife may be at that gym and he's going to introduce y'all on day 1, day 2, whenever. But you refuse to go because you're too lazy, or you stay up all night watching TV, playing a game on social media where you can't get your butt up in the morning. And in the evening, you can't go because of whatever you got going on. God may be pushing you to go because your spouse may be there, or he may be pushing you there to get your body together so that you can be able to conceive and have children, or you can, you need to work on your body. Because let's just be real, everybody you need to be healthy. You need to be healthy. Ain't nobody saying you need to be a bodybuilder, fine. You need to be snatched waist, all that good stuff, but you need to be in a good, healthy state. That no matter what. So let's just be real with ourselves. Be obedient. Whatever it is that God is pushing you and telling you you need to do, listen to him, because he knows best. He is the one that has our life already ordained. He already has like the blueprint. He has everything, the whole vision laid out for us. But we are so stubborn and we get in our own way and hinder our own blessings. So y'all, just take this message back to God. Esther's, men and women, this is for you. We are in our preparation season. God has been pruning us, maturing us, growing us, healing us in so many ways. And he is telling you, do not settle. The first thing that comes towards you, that is not the best thing since sliced bread. That is not. The first thing that come your way, that may not be your husband or your wife. Take it back to him and get confirmation. God, is this my husband? Is this my wife? He may tell you, yes, that is, but still don't act, don't move. Just be obedient, just chill. Or he may tell you flat out, no. That's why you need to pray, God, close this door if it does not need to be open, or open it wide if it does need to be open, and give me direction. Please lead me. Pray that every day, y'all, and just be obedient, because y'all, this is our marriage season. For those that this is your season, those that are not, it's okay, baby. Continue leaning onto God and allowing him to prune you and prepare you for so that you can get to that point. Continue doing your work. But those that are, this is our marriage season. You can't mess it up. You can't mess it up, because what God has ordained for you is ordained for you. You can't get in your own way. The only thing you can do is prolong it a little, by not surrendering and trying to do things on your own. But take this message back to God. I hope y'all use your spiritual ears to hear and receive what you needed to receive out of this message. Sorry, this video is a little longer than normal. But God had a word for y'all. And time means nothing when he needs to speak. But thank you to all of my seasoned subscribers and followers. Thank you to anyone that's new to my channel. I truly appreciate you guys. And just continue taking everything back to God. Continue trusting God and leaning on to him for direction and instruction, y'all. All right, y'all. Have a great day.